Hae-in has ruined the interview for Na-yeon in spectacular fashion. So what's the aftermath of her rash actions? Let's find out in Season 1, Episode 3 of Witch and Rich. How's it? I'm Evie and welcome to After the Episode. On this channel, you'll explore unforgettable Korean dramas and anime. The epic action, wild twists, and moving moments. Let's tuck in. We get to know the other Hae-in a bit better. Returning to the day at the swimming pool, her boyfriend Do-eun has just left her without a word as Jenna's henchmen try to intimidate her and the other scholarship students in order to uncover the informant who made the campus violence report against Jenna. While Hae-in and the others cower, one brave boy, Min-soo, stands up for himself and demands to know what they did to deserve this bullying behavior. To Jenna, being poor makes them deserve it. Hae-in doesn't say it to Jenna's face, but how can they possibly be responsible for the family they were born into? Min-soo's bravado, however, is short-lived. As he empties his locker to leave the school for good, some unkind students speculate within earshot why a poor student like him forced his way into the school in the first place if he's just going to drop out. Perhaps his father made him do it in fear of losing his job at one of Jenna's affiliated companies. That's what you get for daring to mess with Jenna. As Min-soo walks out of the school with his belongings in a box, Hae-in asks him to reconsider. He's surprised that Hae-in came to see him off considering he has no friends in the school. If only they had gotten to know each other better as fellow scholarship students, but it's too late now. Hopefully, she can stay on until graduation and succeed where he could not. Why not tell everyone that you aren't the informant, Hae-in urges. Because it wouldn't have made a difference, Min-soo responds sadly, and exits that miserable place for the last time. After he leaves, Hae-in receives a call from someone. Nothing has been done to Jenna even though we submitted so much evidence, she tells the man. So Hae-in was the informant. No wonder she came to Min-soo. She was probably feeling a little guilty that people believed that he was the informant. The man, I'm guessing a representative of the campus violence committee, informs her that they looked into the case and came to the conclusion that it's not that serious. I wonder if Jenna helped them reach that conclusion. Hae-in comes to a conclusion of her own. Maybe it was her fault for being born into a poor family after all. It's the day of the entrance exam and Hae-in has a chance encounter with our Hae-in in the bathroom. She helps our Hae-in by giving her a scrunchie to tie her hair so that she can wash her face. Our Hae-in returns the favor by removing an insulting sticky note on her back. Yo, this school is rough and both Hae-ins are going through it. Walking through the cavernous lobby, our Hae-in meets her namesake's nemesis, Jenna. When Hae-in asks for directions to the entrance room, Jenna is characteristically ill-tempered with anyone she deems lesser and snubs her.
Do you know who I am? No, I don't.
Elsewhere, Do-eun is on the rooftop looking wistful when Soo-mang arrives for a cig and remarks that the reason why children of conglomerates are so sad is because they get bored of life since they started at the top. Do-eun isn't exactly receptive to advice from strangers, so he makes a call to report Soo-mang for his illicit activity and tells him to mind his own business. So, let me get this straight. You can call a teacher when someone irritates you, but you won't lift a finger to help your girlfriend Hae-in?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Soo-mang returns to his post at the information desk, annoyed that he's being forced to be a volunteer. He's barely straining himself, his freshman colleague notes, when they ought to work as equals. Equality? Scoffs Soo-mang. At this school? Surely not. The freshman is having none of Soo-mang's laziness though, and tells him that he shouldn't have been punished with volunteer work, but with a baseball bat. Something tells me that Soo-mang isn't high up in status at Cheongdam International School if a freshman can sass him like this. Soo-mang and the freshman are about to throw hands when a bucket of water clunks on the information desk. Panting, Hae-in asks for directions to the entrance exam, and the freshman tells her that it's right around the corner. Fascinated, they wonder whether she plans to use it in the interview or to teach someone a lesson. As it turns out, it's the latter. Hae-in has just doused Na-yeon in cold water mid-interview. Sopping wet and sobbing, Na-yeon promises to expose Hae-in's lies. Outside the interview room, Na-yeon's mother is irate. Bellowing at Hae-in for ruining the life of her precious daughter, she whacks Hae-in repeatedly with her luxury handbag. Hae-in looks her dead in the eye and says,
"Are you done? Are you done?"
Fuming, Na-yeon's mother is about to get herself arrested for endangerment, honestly, when the principal and his staff walk out of the entrance exam room. He holds Na-yeon responsible for besmirching the venue, and the day's events will be reflected on her application. Deaf to Na-yeon's mother's pleas, the principal suggests that they take their drama off the school grounds. Na-yeon snivels while her mother threatens Hae-in with legal action. They're going for the scorched earth approach. Beginning at Sunwoo Girls High School, Hae-in is informed of her potential expulsion because she misused official documents and committed fraud to get the tutoring job. They've even accused her of theft, using Hae-in's Instagram photos as evidence. Na-yeon's family have been relentlessly calling the school and the Ministry of Education, so the teacher recommends that she reach out to the family and beg for forgiveness. From Instagram sensation to school pariah, Hae-in is ridiculed for being a shameless liar who only pretended to be rich. Back at Cheongdam International School, Yul-hee and Woon-jin lounge in the prefect's common room discussing their relationship. They've been betrothed since childhood for business purposes, and while Yoo-hee seems smitten with Woo-jin, he's more interested in looking at other girls on Instagram than contributing to the conversation. When Yul-hee tries to inspect Woo-jin's phone, he shows her something else. A profile of a girl named Hae-in who may be pretending to attend their school. Jenna hates phonies, and she's about to take a look at the girl's profile herself when it abruptly goes private. Even though Hae-in's classmates can't see her pictures anymore, the damage has been done. They message each other that she should leave Sunwoo out of embarrassment and transfer to Cheongdam since she already stole the uniform. Hae-in receives a paper note from her classmates calling her a fake spoon and a text message from Na-yeon that they plan on suing her and her friend Sunju to high heaven. Fed up, Hae-in gets up to leave when her classmate demands that she apologize to them all first, which she does.
Oh, by the way, I was being sarcastic.
Hae-in returns to Cheongdam to apologize to the principal for her actions on the day of the entrance exam in the hopes that he'll reconsider Na-yeon's application. Though admitting to her failings, she doesn't believe that expulsion, being labeled a thief, sued for fraud, is justified given that she's been a model citizen until this point. Show mercy to a poor student, she begs, but the principal merely chuckles. He has nothing to gain from helping her. In fact, he'd lose money if word got out that a low-caliber applicant like Na-yeon was admitted to their elite school. The Cheongdam brand is unyielding, and that's why it's so valuable. He dismisses Hye-in from his office with a smirk, shattering her hopes. Hae-in stops by the restroom to curl up and cry, which is rather inconvenient for Soo-mang, who's having a cig in one of the stalls. He attempts to tiptoe past her, but when Hae-in notices the perv, she tackles him to the ground and is ready to call the cops. Soo-mang explains that indulging in his habit at the rooftop is out of the question as a result of Do-eun's meddling, so he can only do it here because everyone stays away from this unlucky restroom. As he gets to his feet, Soo-mang recognizes Hae-in as the crazy bucket girl and asks what she used the bucket for. "To ruin my life," she snaps. Hae-in officially leaves the school grounds in the afternoon, but jumps over the fence to return in the evening. Do you think Hae-in says to herself,
"I don't want peace. I want problems, always."
Soo-mang is there to give her a helping hand though, and points out the principal's favorite sports car. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried that she came to key his car. But no, she just wants another shot at changing his mind about admitting Na-yeon. Hae-in won't sit back and allow this man to destroy her life, but Soo-mang rightly points out that only she's to blame for the water bucket fiasco. He wishes her luck all the same and goes back to the unlucky restroom for a cig. Hours go by and there's no sign of the principal. That's because he left in a different car. Unaware of this, Hae-in falls asleep waiting for him to come out and jerks awake at 2:30 in the morning. Finding no one inside the sports car, she turns to walk away when there's a sudden, bone-crunching thud behind her. Lying there is the other Hae-in. In terror, Hae-in shifts her gaze from the broken girl on the ground to the darkened rooftop. Did the other Hae-in jump, or was she pushed? And what impact will this have on our Hae-in, who's in enough trouble as it is? We'll see in my next recap video on episode 4, so check it out. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.